We generally don't go overboard when it comes to running set photos. Most of the time, they don't really offer much other than something vague and out of context, or worse, a spoiler. But as someone who is dying to see what the character will look like in live action for the first time in over 40 years, well, I couldn't resist showing everyone what appears to be the first look at Zachary Levi in the Shazam movie costume. The Shazam movie is currently filming in Toronto. It stars Asher Angel as Billy Batson, a troubled orphan kid who is granted the powers of Solomon, wisdom, Hercules, strength, Atlas, stamina, Zeus, power, Achilles, courage, and Mercury, speed. And, when Billy speaks the magic word Shazam, he is transformed into an adult version of himself, and that adult, God-powered version is played by Zachary Levi. He comes complete with the kind of costume a little kid would dream up. One of the chief worries about the prospect of Shazam in the DCEU would be whether they would be willing to go along with the sense of humor and whimsy that has always set the character apart from his other caped contemporaries. Unlisting David F. Sandberg, a director known for intense fare-like Lights Out and Annabelle creation, also raised an eyebrow. But if this set photo of Zachary Levi in the Shazam costume is anything to go on, they're leaning into this the right way. The image comes from Reddit user Vivelsum, and it shows Levi on set in a shopping center at Christmas time. So, let's unpack this, shall we? Bright red costume. Check. Minimal texturing or padding. Check. Really, it would have been a mistake to try and modernize or darken the Shazam costume. But just as the other DCEU costumes serve specific story purposes, so does Shazam's. The Man of Steel Superman costume has an ornate design because of its Kryptonian origin. The Aquaman suit is Atlantean armor. Wonder Woman's garb is the Masurin. A recent issue of Justice League by Christopher Priest and Pete Woods described it as having religious significance. There's a functional high-tech quality to Ezra Miller's Flash suit. Batman is a rich fascist weirdo who likes bats. You get the idea. But there are two possibilities at work with the Shazam costume we're seeing here. In the comics, when Billy says Shazam, he's transformed. And the costume is right there on him. In that case, this is a kid's ideal of what a cool superhero costume should look like. On the other hand, I have to wonder about a few little details here. The boots in particular look like repurposed cowboy boots, and maybe this suit is something Billy had to assemble himself. Something tells me that isn't the case and they're going the traditional magical suit transformation route, though. And not that we needed any more confirmation that this movie is taking a lot of its cues from the Jeff Johns, Gary Frank Shazam origin story from 2012. The addition of a hood to the cape is definitely from that era. The Christmas setting is a tip-off as well, as that story takes place during the festive season in Philadelphia. Toronto is standing in for Philly in this production. Hopefully the fact that sneaky pics like this have made it onto the internet will prompt Warner Brothers to finally give us an official reveal of the costume. Funny enough, director David F. Sandberg referred to exactly this just the other day on Twitter. Levi had previously revealed his comics-accurate Shazam hairstyle as well. And hinted at the Christmas-time setting in shopping center, seen by trolling fans with Batman toys. Shazam opens in April 2019.